Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Context is King. I'm Rebecca Brayton, and with me as always is WatchMojo CEO and founder Ashkan Kapoor-Srushan to discuss the current state of Facebook. Welcome. What is the current state of Facebook, and should I be concerned that my password is in a Word doc somewhere?
You should be concerned about many things. Facebook feels like they are under, a lot of pressure to get their act together. And Facebook, I think, is worried that this current you're seeing about socialism, capitalism being bad, big tech needs to be broken up. I think what you're seeing is Mark Zuckerberg try to grab the flag and get in front of the parade and be like, I am your champion of privacy, brand safety, which were really the two intangibles that at a recent Facebook summit, they were wrapping themselves around, which is like me saying I'm a champion of thick, lustrous hair. It's not really realistic. It's not at all, makes no sense. You're sitting there listening to him talk about this.
And then meanwhile, your password's in a Word doc somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think big tech, I wouldn't use the word scared, is concerned. And for a gentleman like Mark Zuckerberg, who's consistently shown a lack of ethical, compass and morality and judgment, to kind of wrap himself around brand safety and privacy is a bit ridiculous. Now, the flip side are some of the more intangible, mushy feelings. And on this, I give them a little bit more credit if they try to do it. So they're trying to project everything that they actually are not, or everything that was kind of weaponized and used against one another and nations and people. What were those three things? So at the summit, it was in Toronto, massive. I thought it was like a video publisher summit, like 40 people in a room having coffee and muffins and having Mark Zuckerberg pee on my leg telling me that it's raining when he's literally just peeing on your leg. But no, it was like 2,000 people, largely the advertising community. So this was their way of saying, give us more money, and that's a business. That's what they're in the business of. But these three themes I liked quite a bit. One was basically, you might have heard me saying this, people ahead of profit. Great. Why? Because they have a reputation of putting profit ahead of people. So they took a lot of time and energy to explain how it's all about people, and it's not just this robot who is printing money while they're selling your information. Oh, yeah. So you kind of sit there and you're like, okay, maybe, we'll see. The second one, which I actually loved as a saying, and I think this is really the spirit of what Facebook is as a business platform, found a good idea, turn it into a great opportunity. And I think that's really what Facebook is about. It's a platform with 2 billion users. Pretty much anybody on planet Earth that a marketer wants to reach is there. And I think that's their main value proposition. It's like, don't come to us expecting us to protect your privacy. We're going to be live streaming some crazy nut job shooting up a mosque. That's just what we are going to be doing because that's the platform. There's no way to prevent that from happening. But we give you all this access. Like the very same things that make us really, really horrible is what makes us really, really good. And it works the other way. The things that make us really good could be weaponized and used for evil, right? You just have to accept it. Facebook is a reflection of society. Let's stop blaming Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg was just smart enough, and because he's driven more by money than anything else, to use all that, exploiting mankind's horribleness, basically. And the third one, which again, Facebook being a platform that is used to bully, unfortunately, and just horrible uses in terms of how you could weaponize people against a victim, be an ally. Be an ally. So I was like, wow. So if you're sitting there like a sheep, you're like, oh yeah, drinking the Kool-Aid. But what you see is this is a company that feels they are under siege, and they are seeing these dark clouds where Facebook could easily be, you could take out WhatsApp, you could separate Instagram, all these things that Mark Zuckerberg has spent most of his adult life building, like that first era where he built Facebook, I think is lesser years than the era of him having bought Instagram and WhatsApp and all that. So I think Mark Zuckerberg woke up and realized that everything that he built with that, break shit and, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. I think he's smart enough to read that the sentiment has changed. And if he doesn't change things, it will be taken away from him. So I personally sit there. I don't trust a guy like Mark Zuckerberg as a human, as an entrepreneur. It's like I said, imagine if Bill Gates had sex with Darth Vader. What does that child look like? But I think he realizes that he needs to be part of the solution, or he's going to be seen as the problem.
Right. Well, I read that.
Is our Facebook, is Watch Mojo still live on Facebook, by the way? I wonder if my invitation to all the next summits will get lost in the mail.
Good points. I read that, so all his talk about now encrypting stuff, it's actually just their attempt to absolve themselves of responsibility for, anything like the live streaming of the mosque shooting. And
it's very consistent with the Digital Millennium Copyright Act and the 4 safe harbors, where see no evil, hear no evil. So it's like, look, we are, if it's privacy and we can't see it, then you can't blame us for what's happening, right? It's genius. But is it too little, too late? And will people believe him? I don't think it matters. I think that's also the thing. I think there's been this kind of Faustian, bargain deal that most consumers don't care. I myself was searching Saturday morning for where did I read this one line. I searched everywhere, my history, went to search Google, and I have a memory. Like even my Gmail, I will sometimes use a word in an email, knowing that if in like 8 months I want to use it, I'm like, oh yeah, I use this word, crapazoid. I go search for crapazoid, there it is. I couldn't find it.
I did this exact same thing this week.
2 hours later, I opened my Twitter, and what's this tweet? I'm like, oh my God, this is where I saw it. It was right there. And it was like, weirdly enough, this person had retweeted this. So that's maybe a coincidence. But this was still 2 hours ago, and it was right there. And I clicked on it, the sentence came up, and I was like, now I said, I can live with this. I can live with this. I'm being watched. You know my Jameson example, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I told you?
I had a Jameson example.
What's your Jameson example?
I was talking about Jameson, and then Jameson ads came up on my Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was in LaGuardia, but I didn't even say Jameson. I was having a glass of wine, I was having a burger, and the barmaid, turned back, screamed into the kitchen, get me a bottle of Jameson. As I'm scrolling Facebook, I see an ad for Jameson.
Oh, I have a worse example, but I'm not going to get into it. Yeah. No, well,
We need a show called Confessions of Rebecca Brayton.
No, I was talking about a Sephora birthday gift that I got. I never mentioned the brand. I said, I got this, and I showed it to someone. And then I got an ad for it, and I have no idea how they did that.
Absolutely.
I have no idea.
No, that's the world we live in. And you know what? We're turned on by that. We like that. We want, look.
Well, not everybody wants that.
No, but the vocal minority, nobody cares. That's the problem. And it's all like, we're all like this.
Okay,
At some point, this is in your head, and you're like.
Yeah, I don't think it's that no one cares. I think it's that no one cares enough to sign off of Facebook forever. Well, not no one, but.
And people get all high and mighty, I've deleted Facebook, then they'll say this on Twitter, and it's like, okay, I don't like syphilis, I'll take gonorrhea. It's not that different. Again, very crude, but you get the idea. It's the same thing. It's ultimately, this is where the world is going, and you know what? We've created this monster, so it is what it is, unfortunately.
It is what it is.
I hate that saying, by the way.
Would you rather have syphilis or gonorrhea?
Oh, that's horrible.
Let us know. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's more, would you delete your Facebook? Would you not go on Twitter?
They would have done it by now, wouldn't they? But let us know. And we'll see you next time.